I was having much deeper conversations with the people that I was just meeting than the friends that I grew up with. And that's huge and profound. And that's when I knew a lot of the childhood friendships that I had, or the professional friendships that were just based on drinking or going out or vacationing and talking crap about, other people, or complaining about how terrible our lives are, or the boyfriends or the husbands. I used to have a lot of those trips that were just all about complaints. Because honestly, when we complain, it's a bonding time. It's literally how women come together. And if you think about this historically, and if you have ever noticed the conversation that comes up whenever you are with a group of friends, it's so easy to self-deprecate. It's so easy. And I'm not saying self-deprecating in a way where you're trying to be funny. Shout out to my comedians out there. I know exactly what that's like. And that is amazing. That's to be appreciated. I'm talking about the self-deprecation to get attention, to make sure that you are unique and different. And that leads into gossip. A lot of times we will actually have a common enemy, right? And it's so easy to talk about somebody else, which is why in organizational settings or business settings or work settings, a lot of times it could be really toxic because somebody's canceling somebody else. And then you have like an entire work crew that is talking about something, someone, usually it's the boss, right? Whenever I've gone in to coach organizational communities, a lot of times they all don't like their boss, or the boss is trying to get rid of somebody else. And so there's this kind of like one against the other. And you're probably thinking, well, Neetha, how do we build relationships? And so if we can understand that gossip comes out of this fear, because what else are you going to talk about? What else are you going to bond with? Now, what I noticed that in that season of my life, when I was in a different part of the world, you just go deep with other people. And I think people have this reverence there that they are from somewhere else. They did come either on a spiritual exploration, or because they are trying to heal a certain aspect of themselves, or they are trying to live their best life. And they're now navigating to see what that looks like. And it is so powerful to see, to witness that, and just have this different perspective in the world. Now, many of those relationships are still some of my closest relationships to date. So if you are somebody that is like, I work remotely, I don't have any network because I'm not from this part of the world, or my friends and family are in another part of the world, or I'm living on a very separate remote island and I don't know how to really meet people, and everyone that I know is literally online. Some of the most common things that we can do is when we can connect on a shared mission. So think about it this way, right? If you are in that season of your life where like you're in the hustle, and you are either in the hustle of momming it as a mother, or you're in the hustle of birthing out either your next chapter of your career, evolution of yourself, what are the things that you are so curious about? What are some of the shows that you listen to, that you watch, that you consume on a daily basis? What are some of the things that you are super excited about? Maybe it's yoga, maybe it's breath work, maybe it's CrossFit, maybe it's cycling. I knew that when I was transitioning from one part of my life where it was very much on status and show and all of the things that we accomplished, and this was very much new out of me graduating from dentistry. And obviously nothing wrong with that, no judgment to it at all, loved everything around it. And I was able to build a life with that part of myself. And also, we were broke students, all of us. So anybody who's been through 8 years of schooling with a lot of debt, you're like, finally, I have a card that says Dr. So-and-so, we've made it. And so, yeah, you're going to buy the nice handbag. You're going to buy that watch, or whatever else that you are seemingly deserving, because that's that part of your life. Shout out to you. and also the communities that you roll with. I remember many times I'm like, oh my goodness, like there's only so much I can go deep with this person. And there's only the superficial layer. And after a point of connecting with like clothes and fashion and pop culture, which is all great and it has its place, but I'm like, I want to go deeper with you. I want to like, what's beneath all of that? What is so beneath all of that? And many times I would get made fun of, or, you know, it was constantly, you know, a joke, but many times I wouldn't get anywhere with that person. And so it was like, okay, I'm trying to make this connection more than it is because that person's not really ready. And so I knew there was something that was calling in me just a little bit more. And I'm that person that, yeah, I want to get to know everything about you. I want to get to know what is actually going on beneath the veneer of whatever you're putting out. And if you are like me, if you're like, yes, I'm the one that totally gets made fun of in my friends groups. I'm the one that is the one asking all these deep questions and I can't bring my friends along. That means you got to upgrade the friendships. See you next time at the Brave Table.